Welcome guys, in this tutorial we are going to model this piano piece inside of Blender. I'm gonna explain each step in detail and which will be helpful for the beginners. So let's jump on and begin this tutorial. So alright, I am right here in Blender. So I'm going to scale this around the Z-axis and let's scale this along X-axis as well. And then we are going to have this kind of stuff. Let us say approximately we're gonna take it to 0.2 or point something meters. You can see the dimensions here. Let me turn my screencast keys on. So you can see that we have a X scale here as 0.2 something meters, and I'm gonna scale it around the Z axis as well. And then you can see that it's 2 meter long, and that's not practically a size of a keyboard, I would say. So I will scale this along the Y axis somewhere near to this let us say 1 meter mark. So like this I can have, and I will now apply the, let me decrease this along the X axis as well. And then I'm going to apply the rotation and scale. So yeah, this is my shape for a keyboard. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into edit mode and just create a loop like this here, and probably will double tap G and move this loop a little bit on the downside. And then I'm going to create 2 loops here like this, and I'm going to scale this along the Y axis and bring it to the very much edge of the shape. So now I'm going to face mode, and this face is now going to be the place where I'm going to place the keys. So I'm going to press the Alt E and extrude manifold. So it will extrude in this fashion, and that is what which I exactly want. And this is maybe I must bring this a more downward side. Yep. So this is very basic shape I will be having, but now you can observe that if I apply the bevel modifier, this extrude manifold has result in this N-gon here. So what I'm going to do is press the 3 key for the front view, and then I'm going to press K and press A and C for cut through, and I'm gonna click this. So it's gonna create a loop like this, and then I'm going to press Ctrl 3 to go into back side of this piano, and then I'm going to press this K, from this press A and just click here. So we have a point here like this. Yes, Ctrl 1. So this view I am here. I'm going to press K, again A, and click here, and then I'm going to click here, and then I will join these two with simple J key. So now I have all the quads here. So now I can, if I apply the bevel modifier here, let me apply the bevel modifier. So I can have this kind of a bevel. Probably it's too much large at the moment, so I'm going to decrease the amount of bevel. I'm going to increase this count of the segments there, and I can see that this kind of shape is what I don't like here. So I'm going to change this geometry to arc. So it's this shape. You can see this. What arc does is, so miter arc, if I change it, keep it to sharp, it's gonna pinch this thing here, and that's what I don't want. I want these edges to go smooth. So I will select this and take this to arc, and probably I can harden the normals as well. So it's gonna stiff the normals. It's gonna it's better for the hard surface shapes to check that, because most of the surfaces are at very sharp angles, so it's gonna look good. So yeah, I gonna decrease this a very small amount of bevel I want, and then I will now have a basic shape for this keyboard. And since I want now the keys to be modeled, so I'm going to press Shift A, and I'm going to mesh, and I'm going to add a plane here, and I'm going to scale this down like this. probably. And if I isolate view this, and I will select this edge first of all, bring back from the isolation view, and then I will like take this thing here and I'm gonna scale in along the y-axis. So probably this much may be the thickness of the key. Then I'm going to like press it at the starting of this keyboard. Let's bring this origin point to the center of the shape. So the set origin to geometry, and now I have the origin at the center of this geometry. Let's bring this a bit forward, and now I'm going to like bring this somewhat here, and then I'm going to create 7 keys. Now specifically in a keyboard there are like keys like this. These are the white keys. 4, 5, 6, 7 white keys we have, and between 2 are the black notes here, and then we have 3 of the black notes here as well. So in one octave we are going to have these 7 white keys and 5 your black keys. So that is what we are going to take care of, and like we will be dividing this into like say 7 keys, and if you count this, yes, you are getting around like this. I will increase this size a bit more, and then I will like create this. So now I have 7 keys here like this, and I have 7 keys like this, and I'm gonna create a loop like this here as well. I'm gonna create this thing here, and then maybe a bit up, yes, like this. And now if I say that see that I want some black keys to be constructed from here, so then I'm going to like press Ctrl R, create a loop here and create a loop here, and then I'm going to like scale these a bit closer like this. Approximately this should be of the same size, and then we have one more key here, so I'm going to like press Ctrl R here and Ctrl R here, and we have another key in between like this. So like this is the place where there will be key, and this is a place where there will be a black key. So I'm going to X and delete this faces from here, so like this. And now I will have this key and this key, and then from here onwards I will have another key like this. So I'm going to like create another loop here, and I'm going to create a loop here as well, and then I'm going to delete these faces from here. Again I will have this particular loop here and this particular loop here, and then I will have this and this as the deleted faces. So I can see that this is the spacing between these two. This is going to be the black key, and this is going to be a black key where my cursor is at. So this is going to be a black key, and this is going to be black key, so the space should be roughly like kind of a even. So I will like now create this as well here. Maybe the spacing is like this, yes, and then like this. So I will delete these faces, and now this is my you can say complete 3 keys are here. So I will separate these keys now. So these are the points where the keys will be like getting separated from each other. So I will split these edges, and yes, so I'm going to like press V now, so this gets split away. And now I'm going to like select this face and press Shift D to duplicate, go into top view again by 7, and like probably place this here and just scale this along the y-axis maybe, and then I'm going to Alt D this. I'm going to duplicate this and place it here and like this, and I'm going to like select this edge as well, like this probably, and I will grab this somewhat like this. So you need to adjust some of the faces here and there, but how you will be getting this shape once you like. And I'm going to shift D this and grab Y. Always like I am doing one thing is like I'm pressing shift D and then I'm right clicking it. So exactly now my duplicate is over the original one, and then I'm going to like press G and Y, because this will be now parallel to the position of the initial key. So that's why I won't be using any other directly. I won't be moving this. I will be just moving by right clicking and pressing GY, so that I am very sure that it's like exactly on the same I can say yeah. So this is thing I think is pretty much it. So now select all of them and then freeze and by loose parts. So everything is now separated by loose parts. Press tab, select these all and extrude these along the Z axis. So this way I can select this, and I will select all of these and I will extrude these. Wait a minute, I will extrude these as well, and then I will press GZ, maybe like this. And now the thing is like I will be pressing all of these top edges and press GZ, so that I can give it a bit more shape like that. And then I will like select all of these, press tab, Control R, like I will be creating loops like this in each of the keys. So I'm gonna select all of these faces now. Better I can select this by C. Yes. So now I can do is like press Alt E and extrude manifold and send it backwards like this. And if I isolate view this by pressing the slash key, and I think I need to bring this the upward direction. So I will like bring these a bit up like this. So it doesn't matter if this edge is getting like this at this angle, because these faces here are all flat, so it won't make any difference. So this is pretty much the design is. Now what I want is like I want to have some space between these keys, so I will be like trying to achieve that. So I am going to like go into this view and approximately by your eyes you can settle these distances so that they are not too close from each other and not too far from each other. So that's the middle ground which I will be looking. And maybe I can shift this a bit more like this, and like this I can place it here, so it looks more natural, because otherwise it won't be that pleasing to the eye, and that's what we don't want. You want a very good kind of a piano here, right? So roughly I will place these so it doesn't look like a bit odd. Yeah, roughly it looks all good now. So what I'm going to do is now take these all of the keys and like select all of these keys now, and I will be like press Ctrl J and Ctrl A, apply rotation and scale. Similarly for these black keys I will be pressing Ctrl J so to join these shapes, and Ctrl A, apply rotation and scale. And now I can apply a bevel modifier to this and like decrease the bevel and maybe shade auto smooth, check harden normals option. Yeah, I can have this kind of a shape. Maybe I increase this to it looks more choppy now. Maybe somewhere like this, 0.1. Yes, that is looks fine. And for this I will place a bevel modifier again, and I will like decrease. Let me shade auto smooth again. I think if I, and then I gonna decrease this, and like to now give a much more clear definition to this, I'm going to like select these of the here, and like I'm gonna control B like this. I'm gonna like take this here. I think it looks a bit more good. Maybe I should decrease this. So this looks pretty much fine to me. So now what I'm going to do is I need to repeat these octaves here. So I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to press array modifier. I don't want this to be in the x-axis, so I will be putting these along the y-axis, and I will like now increase the count. Let us say we have 7-8 octaves here. I don't know, practically maybe there are some more octaves, but yeah, we will just select these faces here, and that one right there. I'm going to press G, Y, and somewhere here. So actually this octave is not now complete. I need one more key here, so I'm gonna just leave the space for there that key as well. So I will leave the space like this, and then I can also like duplicate this, press an array modifier for this as well. It should be along the, now the offset is not correct, so I'm going to like manually check this offset like this, probably a bit or more. Yeah, I don't think it's like 0.285 5 maybe. I think this is fine. So now I will increase the count, and you will see that now it's so satisfying. In no time we have our octaves like this. And now I'm going to like place this last the last note here. So I will just simply select this one here, press tab and press L to select this one, and then I'm going to press shift D, and then I'm going to press P by selection, and then I am going to like remove this array modifier from here, go into top view, and then manually like take this key to there, that position as well. And I think it's very well set. Yep. And I'm going to like now do like this, select this and this and this, and then I'm going to check this auto merge option. So once if I try to move this like this, when these two vertices are going to be near to each other, they're gonna merge automatically. So that is what this option does. So I'm going to press G, Y, maybe I need to select these as well, yes. Then I press G, Y, and near to this I will do the like, so this is now a one vertex only, like this. And I can now delete this edge. I think I don't want it anymore, so probably I'm gonna delete this one. So this is my the keys have been set up. Now I want this shape to be like give more definition to this shape. So I will be like pressing Ctrl R to create a loop over here, and let's bring it a bit on the downside, and then I'm going to go into face mode, and let's bring this a bit up, and let's take these faces up. I need to take this as well. Yeah, I think like this, and I will check these faces. I will bring these up bring it in here where just the shading is going to like change, you can see. So I have a nice edge here, this edge. So this looks pretty much good now. And now I can do one more thing is let us create a speaker for this keyboard. So for that, let me create a loop over here, and let's create two loops like these and scale it along the y-axis. And I'm gonna check the intersection of these two loops which I created. So the vertex here will be the point where my speaker will be centered. I will place the speaker here, and now I will select these two vertex, press Ctrl B and V. So I will get this kind of a shape, and I want this bevel to be like the splitting of the vertexes to be like on the outer side. So I will press P to change the profile of this bevel like this, and then I'm going to like scroll the wheel up. So let us say I will like create this segments like this, maybe like this. Yes, profile like this. I have these two kind of shape here. I will press Ctrl minus to and press Ctrl X to delete these ones here. And I will like just select these and loop tools, circle. By the way, if you like right click and don't see this loop tools option, you can like go into edit, preferences, go to add-ons, and like search for loop tools here and make sure this is checked and save the preferences. So you will have this add-on enabled, and you can like turn these into circles like this. So I'm going to go into face mode. I'm going to scale these. Let me select this one as well. I'm going to like, let me take this to individual origins, and then I'm going to like scale these up till here. So I'm going to again go and check this to circle again. And now if I like insert these and extrude these and insert these again, grab Z and like grab Z more. Probably I'm going to select this edge here and this particular edge here and grab Z. So it's like this, and I'm going to like delete these faces here. There is this one as well. So I can do the mirror modifier or a symmetry kind of a thing here, but it's not too much of a work. So I'm gonna like do it like manually. Similarly, I will fill this with grid. So there's a reason why I'm doing this, because once if I fill this with the grid, now I have these vertices over here, and these vertex I can now manipulate by proportional editing. I will select this one and this one, and now if I tap O to go into this proportional editing mode and I select this to sphere, I will now press G, Z, and let's scroll your mouse wheel to like decrease the area of influence, and then I can like very specifically move the points which I want to, maybe like this. Yes, so I think it looks a bit good. I'm going to like select this one, and for this one also Ctrl X. Let me delete these for a moment, and I'm then going to select these edges over here and over here as well. Now I will bevel this bit. Yeah, little bit of bevel, not that much, but that is fine, I think. And I want to create a loop in here so that it doesn't interferes with the shading. And yep, we have create one more loop in the middle to support that shape, otherwise there gonna be weird things going on. Yes, so this is the model which I have now. So I'm going to like add more definition to this. So let me select this particular ends here, or let me select yes, these ones here, and then I can press like Control B maybe a bit, just a small amount of this I can have, and yep, I can have this smooth shape going on there. Maybe I can do this with this one as well. Press Ctrl B, this small one there. Now what I'm going to do is like create a screen in between. So I need to create from using the knife tool. So I'm going to like create some manual cuts here like this. I'm going to press A and click it here, and then if I do this, I have this face here. I can insert this, and probably I can extrude this down, and like this I will have this nice screen there. Probably I can like maybe scale this in the x-axis a bit and then extrude this down. So, and then I can make some of the, well, let us say some volume knobs. Let me scale this down, and let me go into the side view and grab C, rotate this a bit and like place it here. So I have this knob here. I'm going to scale this along the X and Y axis. Take this face up and grab C, maybe along the normal, double tap Z, or local you can do it as well. So if you press G and Z, so this Z axis now it is global. So suppose I want this movement to be Z axis of this face to the normal of this face, then I will press the Z key again. So it will, now the movement will be along the normal like this. So I have a knob like this now. Let me center the origin to that place and bring this a bit more further. Let's shade it auto smooth. Now I can do one more thing, is like take this thing here, duplicate this, and maybe scale this. Yeah, and then I'm going to press GZ, and I'm going to like maybe isolate this, and Control I hide this one, and in this I create an inset, and Alt H to remove that hide, and then I'm going to take this here. I'm going to, let's say, delete this face here, extrude this up like this, and maybe I to select this and take this one up like this. Let's take this a bit like this. Yes, I think it looks good. Then I will be beveling this up. Just create a chamfer over there and shade is smooth. No, create a duplicate of this, grab X or Y maybe, and then create another duplicate, grab Y, and then I'm going to like grab Y, maybe X, grab this and like place it here, a bit more on the upside of this keyboard like this. And I'm going to take this one more time here, and I will place this here, and I will scale this up now, and I'm going to press grab Z, and let me separate this from the previous one, so that I don't want a duplicate of that one, because I'm going to change the shape of this down a bit. Take this here, and I will duplicate one more and we'll place that here. I'm going to scale this up. I think I can create some of the buttons also. So I can like select a face over here, duplicate this, and P by selection, this one. I'm going to press GZ, and I want to delete the array modifier from that. Let's bring this one here and rotate 90 degree, and maybe set this origin to the geometry. Place it here, scale this along the Y axis, x-axis, and let's extrude this down, maybe up. Let us now see the normals. So you can see some of these normals are not correct. So I'm going to select these one up here in which the normals aren't correct. So first of all, Shift N. So this will flip the normals, and for this one also I'm going to press Shift N, because there will be weird shading issues if the normal direction isn't correct. Right, so I'm going to select this. Well, this is correct. It doesn't matter, the bottom one is like Shift N to something here as well, this inner portion, and Shift N to collect this. And for this also, if I see this inside one, Shift N to correct this. Yeah, so I think now the normals are correct. Now I will turn off the face orientation mode, and this is now our button. So I am going to like place it correctly on my keyboard. So grab Z somewhere down this, and I am going to press X, and then maybe then I will place an array modifier, and let's take the distance like this 4 or 5 times. Maybe this much is fine, and I will take another array modifier, and maybe I will take this distance to be 0 and this distance to be like this, and when I increase the count. So these are our keys here, and I can also create a big power key there. So I'm going to press Shift D, and then I'm going to P selection, and I'm going to now remove the array modifier from these. So it is now a separate piece, and now we are placing the power key here, and let us scale this up a bit, and let's perhaps scale this down along the Z-axis, bring this a bit up, and this is what we have. And now if I apply the scale and rotation over this, let me apply this, the scale and rotation, so it shifts a bit. I will rotate, and then I will rotate like this. Maybe this one should go a bit further away from this, and this. Oh, so this looks pretty much good till now. Maybe I must bring this a bit more to this side. So this is our keyboard. So we have completed the modeling state. So now we are going to like go into the shading and the materials and lighting for this. Now we will be like going into this material view, and I will be going into this shading view as well. Let's go to shading panel and press dot. Let me once again turn on my screencast keys. So let's now look for the main body. So let's give it maybe I want a very nice red color for it, and I'm gonna like the surface should be not very rough but not very smooth as well, and that's all I want. But what I want with this is that I want not to be completely solid as this completely solid red color. So let me take this for example. Now I am in the Eevee render view, so I want much more noise into this. So I will select a noise texture, press Ctrl T to like and select this object to, and between these I will be now putting a color ramp node so that I can scale these. Maybe I will go into this color, I will put this color over here. So now if I do this kind of stuff, it will be between 1 and 0 this noise texture is like there. So I will select this very bright red color, and then I'm going to scale this up, let us say to this. You need to check it manually because I want the surface to be a bit grainy. So 1000 is going to be the fine level, or I can further scale this like this from here, from the mapping node, if you want more of the scaling to be done. So it's more of a now a very different kind of surface, and then I can like control the amount of red from this slider here. First of all, I'm going to like create a base for this. So let's go into the side view and exactly do the base, and then I'm going to like, I need a backdrop also, so I'm going to like bring this up, maybe select all, scale this along the y axis as well, and then I'm going to press this Control B, and like I will create this many number of, I'm going to shade a smooth to this, and I'm going to like give this material. So this is the base, so I will give this a very dark color, and let us not make that very rough but considerably rough. What I want is, I want these speakers in this to be of some different color. So I'm gonna go into face mode. I'm gonna add a new material for this, and I'm gonna select these faces over here. So let's select these faces which we want specifically for this speaker material. So I'm gonna take this, select these ones over here, and this loop, I think this loop is fine, and I'm going to press C and select all of these here so that none of them is remaining. Assign this, have this as now a more dark material, this dark, and then I'm going to like bring up the roughness, maybe specular a bit, but roughness is going to be high for this. So I think some of the faces haven't been selected over here, so I'm going to like select all of these and press assign. And now I want these to be like Control minus if I press, and these specific parts to be of some different material. So I'm going to add new material slot and new material. I'm going to assign this, and for this I'm going to select a black material as well, but this is going to be pretty much rough. And for these knobs I'm gonna like have again a but much darker material, but this time I think I'm gonna turn this into metallic, and I'm gonna decrease the roughness maybe up to this. If I go into cycles view now, let us go into cycles view, you can see if I decrease the roughness and I'm going to anisotropy this over here, so I can have these bands now. You can see these bands. So this is what I want over this, and I can change the rotation like this pretty much. Decrease the sample. Let's decrease the color for darkness level for this, maybe make it a much more brighter material like this, so it looks much more interesting. And I'm going to like, I'm gonna some current L and like pink materials, so that I want these to be there also. For this keys, for the white keys, I have these black keys and white keys as a separate object. So I'm going to create a new material for this, and for this I'm going to like create a very white material obviously, but the roughness is going to be very less for this, and like a specularity maybe high, and this will maybe some clear coat over that, like a little bit amount of paint is there. Maybe I should have a much more whiter material, very white, and not that white, just less than this, because nothing is perfectly white in this one. And now for this I'm going to create a new material again. I'm going to put this a very dark black colored material. I'm going to bring in this specularity. I'm going to reduce the roughness, and so it makes a really nice piano finish material we have. For this keys I'm gonna create a new material, and let's make this emissive material. So if I select this and let's make it a bit yellowish, I would say, and let's maybe one is fine. And for this let's create a new material, and now we have emission. Let's bring in the emission there. Let's make it a bit turquoise kind of color. Maybe this is too much. I must reduce it to, let us say, 1.7. So now I can also have a material for this screen over here. Change the emission. I am creating very basic materials, maybe like this kind of color. And emission, I'm gonna increase the emission strength like this. For the background now, I'm gonna decrease this background color, maybe like this. Yeah, and now I will now set up my scene. Just check the camera like this, and this looks perfectly fine. I'm gonna check this option. So this is camera to view. Now if you middle click and then you pan around with the mouse, it's gonna change the angle like this. Let's change the focal length to 35. Little more adjustments here and there. I think I must decrease this. Maybe I must increase the roughness. I don't know. Maybe somewhere around this mark. And the base color of this, I'm gonna make it like this. I don't want anisotropic for this. I don't know. Accidentally I selected that bit more darker. So now I will do the lighting. This is my light. Yes. So I'm gonna like bring this light here. I'm gonna bring this one here to an area light, and if I reduce this to, let us say, 100, and if I select this, and let's have a disk here so that we have a much more softer. So I'm gonna increase the size so that I want the light to be really soft on that. Let me adjust the first of all this rotation of this light, and like this, so it is just falling vertically downwards. And then I'm going to like go into my camera view again, and then I'm going to increase the size. So I have a very nice light coming like this. And then what I want, let's lock the camera, and I want this camera to be like in the viewport. I don't want this outer part to be shown, so I will pass for it out. So like this, bring area light, and then I'm going to press ZZ, and I am going to RX, maybe RY. So now the light will be coming after the reflection from this. So I'm going to select this light as, let us say, a bit of yellow, and I'm going to increase this to 20 watts, maybe 40 watts, because why not? And let's select this at this, increase the size of this, and maybe let's move it here. And similarly, I'm going to like shift this and grab Y. I'm gonna rotate this up like this, rotate like this, and I'm going to bring this here, and I'm going to change this color to a blue one, like this. Change the roughness of this. Let's decrease the roughness over here. Yeah, so if I disable this, and I think it's too much light over here, so I will like reduce this light, and then I'm going to go into color management, and I will check this look to high contrast. Maybe I will decrease this to 100. Let's select this light, and let's increase this. Maybe I want this to be a bit more smooth. Let's make clarity a bit higher, and this ground to be like less rough. Yeah, I think that looks a bit good, but I want these to be have a scene lights and scene world here. Yeah, I think it looks great. So let me increase the scale of this. I think this is looking still a bit more. Let's create some distortion over here with no roughness, low roughness, and let's scale it further more. Let's increase the red part, and then I'm going to go into layout, see the rendered view now. Let me select this one. Now I'm going to render it out. So This is what it's gonna render. So I think take this one and select this camera. I'm going to disable this depth of field because it is like, I'm going to decrease this to 50 because, or maybe 200, and then I'm going to increase this a bit more. Change this exposure a bit. Let me increase the exposure a bit here. Now if I render this, I think now it looks decent. No, I'm going to change the material. It's pretty much like doing random things. Now I am doing so many things over here, and you can also change this world color, bring more light in from the world here, or no light from the world. Some light from the world will be coming like this, and if I select this base, and maybe this is some problem with the material because why it's yeah, I'm gonna clear coat here. I'm gonna decrease this one. That's I think that's now looking fine. Now I think if I render this, so this is what we have, guys, after the final render, and I think it looks pretty cool, and this is which you can be proud of, because I think it's a pretty good render and it's a very follow along kind of a tutorial. I think it might have helped you. Consider subscribing, guys. Like the video. Thank you. Bye bye. See you until next time. Bye bye.